In 2014, a strange call for help echoed through the forests outside Ibadan, Nigeria. It came from a man underground, a man who believed he had just hours to live. He wasn't alone. 8 others were with him, kidnapped, caged, and praying someone would hear them. What followed was a desperate manhunt, a mob of determined motorcycle riders, and the horrifying discovery of a place that shouldn't exist. A place of bones, screams, and shadows. A place locals had feared for years but were too terrified to speak of. What was this place really used for? Who ran it? And why has no one been held responsible? Stick around. What you're about to hear is one of the darkest stories Nigeria has ever buried. But before we go any further, if you like your crime stories raw, real, and relentless, hit that subscribe like you're storming the forest. Ibadan, one of Nigeria's largest cities, a place that runs on motorcycles. They're called Okadas, and their riders, a tight-knit brotherhood. So, when 2 Okada Riders mysteriously vanished in early 2014, everyone noticed, and when the police brushed it off, the riders took matters into their own hands. They searched alleyways, back roads, forests, but the missing men were never found. Then came the 3rd disappearance. His name was Lanre Sediqou. He vanished while working, last seen picking up 2 passengers. Then nothing. Hours passed, still no sign of him. Worried, his fellow riders began to call. No answer. Then suddenly, a call came in from his backup phone. The voice on the line, hysterical. It was Lanre. He was screaming for help, saying he and 8 others had been kidnapped, trapped underground. He begged them to come quickly, and then the line went dead. But not before he gave directions. A narrow path marked by 2 burned-out cars leading into the forest, the dreaded Soca Forest. 40 riders didn't hesitate. They jumped on their bikes and tore toward the trees. When they found the path, they abandoned their bikes and walked in. Then, from the shadows, a man appeared, gun raised, and opened fire. The riders fled, but not for long. They came back with more men, more rage and weapons. Over 100 Okadas. Storming the forest, they screamed war cries into the trees. But this time, no one attacked. They reached a clearing, a crumbling bridge, a black shack, and a massive warehouse surrounded by barbed wire. Under the bridge, Lanre's motorcycle. Inside the shack, hundreds of shoes, clothes, all stripped from the missing. Then they broke into the warehouse. What they found froze them in place. Beat, silence. Inside, silence. The smell, rotten, metallic, thick. And in the center of the room, a large concrete slab. One edge propped up with rocks, sloped downward. Beneath it, a wooden bowl, stained dark red, blood runoff all around. Bones, some with meat, some picked clean, others freshly broken. Then, along the walls, they saw them. People, chained, starved, silent. 23 men and women, skins sunken, eyes blank, unable to speak. Some missing limbs. They weren't captives, not anymore. They were inventory, human product, harvested piece by piece for the black market. You see, in some parts of Nigeria, ritualists believe that human body parts bring wealth, power, even immortality. And the clients? They pay well. Each night, a black jeep would arrive. The man inside would hand over an order, and the butchers would choose. They dragged victims to the slab, took what was needed, bagged it, sold it. If the victim survived, they were chained back up. If not, they were taken to the back rooms. There, the Okadas found a guillotine and a chained crocodile. No one knows how many died, but the mountain of clothes in the shack said enough. Hundreds, maybe more. But Lanre, he wasn't there, not among the living, not among the dead, and neither were the 8 others he mentioned. The Okadas pleaded with police to dig, to search for the underground cell Lanre had described, but instead, the authorities demolished the warehouse and walked away. So the riders kept digging on their own. For weeks, they returned, searching, hoping, but they never found him, and to this day, no one has been officially held accountable. What happened in the Soca Forest? One of the darkest true crime cases in Nigeria's history, not just because of what was discovered, but because of what was left behind. The silence, the unanswered questions, the people who vanished into the trees and never came out. If you want to hear more stories like this, dark, chilling, and too real to ignore, subscribe to Dark Crime Tales. Hit the like button to support stories that deserve to be remembered, no matter how much others want them forgotten. Until next time, stay safe and stay aware.